Fentanyl overdoses continue to be a growing problem in Riverside County. At least 79 people have died from January to March of this year, and most of the deaths are considered unintentional. News Channel 3's Samantha Lomibao joins us live with more on how the county and city agencies are battling the fentanyl epidemic. Samantha.
Karen, it's definitely so sad to see how many times we're seeing these fentanyl overdoses. They're growing more and more common. And the big problem is many of the time people don't even know they're taking it because it's often laced in their drugs. Well, today I spoke with the county and the Cathedral City Fire Department about the steps they take when responding to these overdose calls.
They just seem to be increasing year over year. I think we're looking at probably 400 to 500 deaths this year, it looks like, I think is what we're on pace for.
Each year, Riverside County sees a growing number of fentanyl-related deaths and overdoses. According to the DEA, 40% of counterfeit pills on the street contain a fatal dose of fentanyl.
It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl to be fatal, and in a teaspoon, there's 5,000 milligrams. That's how small the amount.
Over the past 2 weeks, the county's gang impact team seized $1.5 million worth of the drug.
40,000 pills, that M30 type pills that we believe had fentanyl in them, as well as 5 kilos of powdered fentanyl.
First responders in the valley are also being impacted by this rise in overdoses.
In like the last 2 to 3 years, we've had a significant increase in the calls for overdoses due to fentanyl.
Cathedral City Fire Captain Richard Valenti told me in 2021 they treated more than 100 suspected fentanyl overdoses, which doesn't include those who've died from the drug. When he arrives on scene, Valenti said overdose victims typically have a hard time breathing, but he also keeps an eye out for other symptoms.
People just act lethargic, they're altered, acting inappropriate, amongst other things.
Cathedral City authorities carry naloxone, also known as Narcan, at all times.
And when we respond to an overdose, we'll be able to provide family and bystanders with that leave behind naloxone should the patient choose to refuse to go to the hospital.
Narcan isn't only carried for overdose victims.
This is what our police officers carry,
but also as a safety precaution for first responders and police.
We're actually finding that people are taking the pill and they're crushing it up and they're smoking it, and that creates a hazardous environment for us and for law enforcement that's responding, and we have to ensure our safety as well as the patients, and so we're just having to take a little bit different approach.
Now, Narcan can be found in many local drugstores here throughout the valley. And if you want to learn any more information on how to respond, recognize, and prevent these overdose emergencies, you can head to that website right at the bottom of your screen or KESQ.com. Live in Cathedral City, Samantha Lomibao, News Channel 3.